السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. How are you, engineers, electrical engineers, and welcome to our courses for the civil defense preparation for the electrical exam. My name is Muhammad Zini. I will be your instructor and training for these courses, inshallah. We'll try to give you as maximum as we can about the civil defense requirements and how to passing for the exam. But actually, this is my least interest for the courses. My main interest for the courses, how we are going to be understanding the requirements of the civil defense to comply with the codes of the civil defense and requirements of the NFPA for your application for the buildings, getting your knowledge and understanding about the life safety requirements as per the civil defense guidelines and according to the NFPA, the latest edition. What we are going to do, we will try our best for within these courses, giving you the requirements of the civil defense according to the technical requirements guidelines, which was updated in February 2022, identifying the hazard classifications area within the building, talking as well about the NFPA standards for the latest editions of the NFPA, whatever the chapters and the standards for the NFPA, we'll talk about it in details. Our course will cover as well all the topics related for the civil defense approvals and inspections, for the life safety, for the firefighting. Although you are electrical engineer, but you will be certified civil defense engineer, taking care for the operational and the maintenance of the building, for the life safety system, including the firefighting and the fire alarm, which is your main interest definitely, and emergency power supply. We'll talk about the classifications of the building and the occupancy related to the fire risk. Civil defense always talking and interested about the escape routing as a major life safety and the egress routing within the building. How many egress routings, how many exits will be dedicated, how you classify it, what would be the requirements of the exit routing classification in order to pass safely the requirements and as a life safety protections for the occupants and the people inside the building. How will be the safe escape routing and lobbies within the building, etc., including the civil defense regulation for each occupancy as well. This is not only our interest, as we said, our interest to give you the introduction and the information related to the civil defense passing the exam. Passing the exam is the least interest for me, actually. My main interest to give you the understanding and the knowledge about the civil defense guidelines, the requirements, how to protect the buildings for the people inside. Our interest as well to give you all the requirements of the civil defense, whatever you are going to apply it during the civil defense for the submission of the civil defense. What would be the stages of the submission for the civil defense? Although it is not part of the exam, but we will give you the knowledge and the understanding about the procedures for the civil defense submissions. For the DC1, what will be the requirements for the DC2, submission for the as-built and request for inspection for the civil defense, and what will be the comments you have to, will be raised and focused from the civil defense during the inspection for your building. What will be the main interest and the topics you have to cover during the inspections as well, how to submit your documentation, what is the flow chart for the submissions of the process as well. So we are not only talking about the exam itself, we are talking about the procedures and the civil defense requirements, overall the submission and the cycles for the civil defense. And we'll talk about the civil defense inspection, as we said, what they are going to inspect as well. For the civil defense exam, who has to apply for the civil defense? Civil defense exam, it's an exam to give you the certification and the passing the exam. It's just a certification and give you a license that you are fully aware about the civil defense requirements. Who has to apply? whoever the engineers working for the life safety systems, either consultant or contractors or facility management and asset management, taking care for the MEP and the life safety systems, either architect or electrical, who's working for the testing, commissioning, installation, designing, maintenance, all related system for the civil defense should be passing the exam and getting the certified. There is eligibility criteria as well for it. Definitely should be certified UPDA, grade C at least, not a trainee. The company, your organization, your company should be certified by the civil defense and should have a certified engineer so the company can practicing the work and can progressing. The application for the civil defense, it has to go through your PRO and it is taking 5 to 7 days only maximum to get the exams. Within our study, we'll go through the latest edition of the civil defense in February 2022, which is a civil defense technical requirements guide. We'll go into details for this one, talking about the assembly, occupancy, and all types of the occupancy within the building, and what will be the requirements for the fire and life safety systems, etc. This will be our main interest. Definitely civil defense, it is referring always to the NFPA, National Fire Protection Association. Some of the sections will be related to the electrical part for the electrical exam. The first one, NFPA 25, which is the standards for inspection, testing, maintenance for water-based fire protection system, the firefighting system or the sprinkler system and sprinkler systems and the fire hard-stand requirements, the piping systems, talking about the National Electrical Code, NFPA 70, and especially we'll talk about NFPA 70E, which is others classifications as well. And the main core for you, it will be the NFPA 72, talking about the fire alarm and signaling code. Alarming signal and the notification signals, audio and visual notification signals as well. And the main core for us, it will be the NFPA 101 life safety codes. Although the life safety codes might be talking about the architect requirements, but civil defense always talking about the safety for the people and occupants within the building, how to protect them and how to provide them the safe environment and egress routing, which will be covered under the NFPA 101 and will go any details for it. In addition, the standards for the emergency and the standby power supply systems, which will be the emergency power supply, your generator, standby generator. What is the requirements for the civil defense related to the generator itself? During the submission, as I told you, I'm giving you also the requirements of the civil defense for the submission and the approval for the drawing. What will be the symbols you have to use it? What will be the logos? What will be the signs you have to indicate it on the buildings, which will be according to the NFPA 170 standard for life safety and emergency symbols as well. And the last part would be the standard for the clean agent, the FM200 systems or NAVIS systems, which you are using for the life safety, for the electrical rooms, transformer rooms, MV switchgear rooms, it's electrical rooms as well. What will be the requirements of the NFPA for it? So we'll go through all of these systems gradually, one by one, cover it in full, and taking care with all the questions required. Definitely will give you the details about the exams, the questions, what is the tips and the tricks, how to passing the exam, to helping you getting the certificates. But this is not our interest, the main interest. Main interest, getting understand about life safety system and how to apply the related chapters of the NFPA and fully understand about the civil defense inspection, testing, commissioning, submission for DC1 and the DC2, etc. Hopefully, this will give you a clear understanding about the life safety codes and how to work with the civil defense. And inshallah, passing the exam, it will be more than easy if you are understanding what we are going to say. Excited to get you joined for our sessions, and you can participate and join for the Zoom classes or online classes as you wish. More than welcome, and we'll see you in the courses, inshallah. Thank you a lot. Take care.